All right, heading into the beta weekend 2, here are a couple updates. Tomorrow we'll begin taking live action against cheaters and hackers. We've heard of a lot of you disbanding lobbies. We're working on a few tweaks to increase the chance of lobbies staying together and improving the UI when it happens. Are you fucking serious? That's it?
We don't give a fuck about that!
That's fucking it, chat.
We want the mini-map. We want a little higher TTK. We want dead silence as the perk. We want a reload cancel. I don't give a fuck about cheaters. Let him cheat! Christ!
Fucking cheats, did he?
God, fuck! Okay, let's play some COD, man.
You gotta make them money.
Alright family, we back. Thanks for all the support on the last video. It's highly appreciated. If you guys could do one thing and leave a like for a brother. If you like the video, leave a like. If you don't like the video, leave a comment on why you didn't like the video. Today we're talking about the community feedback from the Modern Warfare 2 beta. The first 2 weeks, or the only 2 weeks. I'm not sure if they'll give us another weekend of the beta. But the last 2 weeks, we've gotten a lot of feedback from a majority amount of the community. Let's get right into it. The first thing on the list is fix the one-way smoke, and that's tough. I'm not sure if people in pubs probably complain, or public matches complain about one-way smokes as much as a competitive person will complain about it. But competitive wise, one-way smokes are very, very deadly. So we definitely need a fix on that. And the second thing on the list is improve the UI or the gunsmith. The UI I'm not really that down on. I just think that it's so hard to get used to something new, because I think we've been used to the way the UI has been in the last few games. But the gunsmith, man, the gunsmith is calculus right now. I think it'd be a little bit easier when we have the way or the means to unlock more things and have access to more. So I'm gonna hold off on my opinions on the gunsmith. 3 is increase the time to kill. That's probably never going to change, guys. I know a lot of us are not happy with the time to kill, but I don't remember them changing the time to kill between the beta and the release of the game. I just don't remember that. 4 is lower the footstep audio. Now after the first weekend of the beta, they definitely lowered the footstep audio. The first weekend I didn't play because I don't have a PlayStation anymore, but you could definitely hear the difference between the two. If you listen to gameplay from the PlayStation beta weekend and listen to the footstep audio from the last weekend that we had, it's drastically different between the distance of being able to hear footstep audio. You could literally hear somebody walking or crouch walking across the map on the first weekend. They have decreased the distance that you can hear footstep audio, which is great. It's a great step. We just need to keep going in that direction. Let's lower it just a little bit more. Just a little bit, man. Number 5 is fix dead silence and add ninja or dead silence as a perk, which is never happening because they've already responded saying we believe it is important to game health that rushers are not able to move at high speeds without consequences. Dead silence as a field upgrade creates a balance between freedom of movement and predictability of combat. Well, let me just say, I would love to have my freedom of movement back so that I'm not predictable. Give me my dead silence back, please. Oh my god, let's just keep moving on. Add enemy nameplates. Now that's oh man, this is a deep one for me because I'm having a really hard time differentiating between enemies and my teammates. Now, when the game come out, I'm hoping that they do add the nameplates back on top of the enemies. But I'm pretty sure from now to when the game launches, they're trying to figure out a different way of differentiating enemies and teammates, which is not a good thing. I don't think they should be trying to figure out a different way of doing this. And I think they have way too much time to figure out a way to change it. Another thing, I just don't understand why this hasn't already been something they've been working on. What were you gonna do before when people were testing the game? How they didn't mention that it's hard to figure out who's an enemy? You no longer have two different factions like it used to be Axis versus I forgot what it was in like World War II games. I can't think right now, but it was two factions: the team, the bad people in the game, and the good people in the game. And they had two different types of uniforms, and they had two different types of enemy models or player models. You remove that, everybody can wear the same thing on. It don't matter what team you're on. You and your teammate you and your enemy could be wearing legitimately the exact same thing. So now that that's a thing, we need to be able to differentiate between who is who. And the only way to do that is with a nameplate. Why are we trolling? I just feel like we're trolling again. Like, that is such a huge troll. Every game has a way to differentiate between enemies and teammates, and in every game is a nameplate. I don't understand what games they are watching that a nameplate doesn't work or a nameplate isn't the best option. There's not a game you can show me that is an arena shooter or attack shooter that the nameplate isn't the way to differentiate between enemies and teammates. That's literally across every game. Don't try to outthink the unthinkable. There's no reason to be thinking that hard. Just give the enemies a nameplate. Make it bold so that we can see it. Stop hiding them. This is a game. This is a game about killing the next person. This is not a game about who can stay alive the longest. This is what you guys don't seem to understand. This is an arena shooter. You're trying to turn it into a attack shooter, which I have a lot of problem with. But even in attack shooters, the object of the game is to eliminate the enemy. Why does it seem like Call of Duty is creating things for enemies to stay alive as long as possible? I do not understand. You cannot play attack shooter without killing people. 7 is add a traditional minimap. No. Traditional minimap means when somebody shoots, a red dot appears on the minimap where that person just shot. And when they stop shooting, the red dot goes away. People have been complaining about this since the original Modern Warfare 2019. And in 2019, they eventually caved in and gave us red dots on the minimap. So I'm gonna hold out on, chastising them for the red dots on the minimap because they have caved in before and changed their mind and gave us red dots. It was a little funky in Modern Warfare 19, but at least it was put in the game. But the funny thing about this is their response to not having red dots on the minimap is the design reason for this is that we do not want to punish players for firing their weapons. We also want players to actively search out the origin of a gunshot versus just traveling directly to where the dot is on the mini map. Now you guys may understand that, but I'm looking at this totally different. I'm looking at this community response totally different. Because when I read, we also want players to actively search out the origin. Search out the origin. Search out means move around the map. How do I move around the map without dead silence? And then when you go back to the dead silence response, it says we believe it is important to the game, the health that rushers are not able to move at high speeds without consequence. So you don't want rushers to move around the map at high speeds without consequence, but you also want me to actively search out the origins of gunshots fired. Which one is it, brother? Joe Cecot, come on, bro. Which one is it? Do you not want rushers in the game, or do you want us to go search the origins of the gunfire? Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, y'all killing us, dog. Come on, man. Like, let's just move on before I blow a gasket. Number 8, add a map voting. Like, map voting is gone, bro. There's, I understand a lot of people in the community is upset about not being able to choose the map they want to play, to not keep the same lobby. The breaking up of the lobby after every game is pretty annoying. I've kind of adapted to that. I'm just telling y'all right now, if I don't like the map, I'm not playing the map, bro. I'm way over playing through whatever map they give us and just sitting in that lobby. I back out of that lobby so dang fast, bro. If it's a map I don't like, let's take Vanguard for instance. If it's Castle, if it's Gondola, if it's any of those maps, I am backing out. You're not gonna force me to play a map I don't want to play, especially when SBMM is forcefully putting me on maps I don't like. Speaking of SBMM, man.
22 to 115.
Speaking of
Thanks,
SBMM.
skill-based matchmaking. You just gonna fuck me for the next hour? Cool, man. Thanks, Infinity Ward. I'm having a blast here. Hey, we've seen you've been doing well for the past hour. We are going to make you not have fun for the next hour at least. Here is a 3-capped game where your teammates are 5 and 35, and you spawn into multiple UAVs and airstrikes. Have fucking fun. All right. Thanks, guys. Cool. Cool, I'm having a blast. I get it. You don't like good players. Make it more clear. Thanks, but thank you. Appreciate you. Good talk.